we're going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
This effort. And China has big plans for this. They intend to seed their digital yuan into the global environment by giving it away to visitors at next winter's Olympics. When they arrive at the airport, they're going to get yuan digital wallets. They're going to receive digital yuan. They're going to use it throughout their visits to Beijing, and then they're going to take it back to their home countries. They see this as a huge advantage. Why? Because who controls the underlying protocols, who controls the underlying standards of the future of money will control the future of money.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, I come back with that video just to make you think. And I keep getting messages about this China Evergrande. And guys, what is the New World Order an expert at? Crisis management. Never let a good crisis go to waste. And Evergrande is not even on the top of the list. And we know, guys, China is controlled. Every single corporation is controlled. Nothing's going to happen unless they want it to happen. So that's the reason why I don't even talk about this actual subject in China, because the whole economy is controlled. But we know the New World Order is using this to bring out some of the air in this bubble. We know the rise of China is going to be the new world power. Babylon, America is going to end, but they have to have an scapegoat. Same way anything happens is Russia. Now it's going to be China, and the reason why Babylon is falling is because of China. Jim Cramer says we don't want China to do good at anything. Everything in China, we fund it. All the technology, guys, we fund it. I've shown you Society 5.0. Please go watch those videos where our people in San Francisco are telling you that we're building a fourth industrial revolution over in Asia. It's planned, guys. So this Evergrande situation is blown up in our media because we don't know the truth. We don't live in China. So they're spinning the narrative. The same way they do in America. We see the truth, but we listen to what? We listen to the media that's owned by 4 corporations. So they spin their narrative and the sheep go for it. And that's the same thing in the Evergrande situation. Why? Because we know when it comes to the New World Order, it's all planned out. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Hey, Jim, that's kind of what I wanted to ask you about, just the contagion factor and the fear factor on Wall Street. And it seems crazy to talk about fear factors when we're only 3.5% off of all-time highs. But it feels like there's been this wall of worry that we've been climbing, and now all the things that we've been ignoring, maybe we're paying attention to, all those concerns. Plus, you have earnings coming up, and there's some real questions about how strong earnings will be this time around. If you pack all that in, maybe it's great for us longer term, but what's the medium term going to look like?
Well, I just think that this is a sell-off period. Someone was saying to me, so why is AMC down? And I was saying, well, it's AMC, it's a stock. I mean, stocks are going lower. That has historically been a period that starts, and then we get a little more selective about what goes lower, and then you get a buy point. But we have to suffer through it. And I don't think it's – I really want to caution people. We don't want China strong, okay? We do not want them militarily strong. We don't want them financially strong. So let's start acting as if this is a good thing and not a bad thing. Hey, look, I don't know. I mean, if you want China to be ascendant and you want us to be second rate, then you want the Chinese to save this junk, this piece of junk that owes $300 billion. I am not going to be in the camp that says, ooh, I'm really scared about China. I was scared about China when they're trying to take over Taiwan, not when their business is bad. Look, they're not our friends.
Going to Eunice, I guess.
We're going to go to Eunice. Let's talk about what happened in Hong Kong overnight, because that has a large part to play, and I think some of at least the feelings right here. Stocks in Hong Kong plunging more than 3% overnight. And Eunice joins us from Beijing with a story about Evergrande, which has a lot of people on pins and needles. Good morning to you, Eunice.
Yeah, good morning, Andrew. A lot of investors across Asia, and of course, especially in Hong Kong, are really worried that China's second largest property developer is on the brink of default. So if you look at the shares of Evergrande, they've been trading at an 11-year low. And this is because the company has been scrambling to try to raise funds to pay back its lenders, its investors, its homeowners, as well as some of its staff that even lended to the company. And this is because the company currently has debts of about $300 billion. And is over the weekend had tried to allay some of those concerns with damage control, saying on social media that some of its investors in wealth management products would be paid back in real estate, and that process had started. It also had told the public that some of its senior executives who had cashed in a bit and had made early redemptions were going to face severe punishment for that. Again, an effort to try to allay some of the anger towards the company as it looks to try to get itself out of a very difficult position. The company has already warned that we could see some contagion. Also, that it's been facing a lot of difficulty trying to sell off some of its other many assets in different parts of the business, such as its electric vehicle unit, for example. So that's one of the reasons why people are looking very closely now to some key dates. One is actually today, where the company was supposed to be paying back some interest on bank loans. This is for an undisclosed amount with a one-day grace period. Today is actually a holiday in China. So that's what we know is that authorities have already told the banks that they weren't going to be paid back. And then on Thursday, as well as on September 29th. Those are other dates in which the company is supposed to pay back interests. And people are wondering whether or not it's going to be able to, just because it has been having such a difficult situation with its liquidity. Guys?
Eunice. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.